What do you like to watch on your in your free time?
I love all the thrillers, like genuine box sets that people are into.
What have you watched
love
lately?
Love a BBC one. I'll put one on there. The one on last night. So Yellowstone, I'm into.
Oh, right, yeah.
Yellowstone, just finished
I've not
that.
started. Is it good?
Oh, you're not starting
no,
it? Yeah,
no.
we're into that. Big,
right.
big. That's good.
Good, yeah.
Yeah. And what's the one? It's called Missing You or something.
Yeah.
All right.
Good.
I just started that last night. So I
I've
don't
seen
know,
it.
but it looks good.
Is that
One
the Harlem
sitting.
Coben one, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
That kind of stuff,
Yeah.
But I like all the football documentaries as well.
Yeah.
I quite like them.
So out of all them gigs, like you got your punditry, I'm just interested now, you got your punditry, you got your ad stuff, like working with brands, and then you got your podcast. What do you enjoy the most? Like, honestly, get there, less pressure. I'm just intrigued. What?
Yeah, you know what? Like, so I think it's kind of when you're doing things like that, you do it yourself, and it's like I do, obviously to a smaller degree, but like when you kind of create, when you have a mad idea and then you see it all come out, like all the sketches you guys used to do, little things like that. When you think about it in those team meetings that you have, and you go, some people go, that's absolutely ridiculous, and you go, do you know what, I reckon we can. And when you see it kind of work, and all the creative stuff of it, I love it. That's what I really love doing.
Oh, you love the balmy stuff?
Yeah, I think. Certainly, like when we did like Crouch Fest, for instance, like we just went, you know what, let's do it, and then we shouldn't be there anyway. So they said, right, let's book the Wembley Arena, and then if we don't fill it, we shouldn't have been there in the first place. And that was our mentality, It was like, and then we did, and it was like, wow, that came from a stupid suggestion on the pod, and then we've ended up doing it.
That is mad, that Crouch Fest, isn't it?
Yeah, and it just...
That's where the best ideas come from, though, when they're like organic and they just start from something and they just become big. But it's hard writing funny stuff. People talk about sketches and stuff, soccer and all that sort of stuff, and it's like, even though they were kind of pretty basic and, so hard trying to come up with it
consistently.
Yeah, and it's like, because you've got to turn your brain onto that stuff. So you're watching and listening everything that happens, and you're listening and going, oh, there's a little gag there, a little gag.
You've got to come up with fresh material every week. Do you know what I mean?
But you know what? It's like people are saying, you're going to run out of stories and this kind of stuff. Like when I'm doing But you know what? Like, when you sit down, say you go for a few beers with your mate, like it's the same thing. Like we don't, nothing that we do on our podcast, we write down. No. Like we'll have certain things that we'll try and hit, but all of the best stuff comes from just a natural conversation. But like when you go for your mates to the pub, right? You don't run out of things to talk about, do you?
Just find something. No. Something comes out,
and you cannot stop like laughing about it.
Got anything in the pipeline? Have you got any, like you said about ideas there? You don't have to tell us it ain't fit. Have you got anything that Crouchy, in the back of your brain, you go, I've got something really good. Have you got anything there?
Like we've always got stuff going on, like certainly with the podcast. Like I want to try and get more kind of guests on this series and stuff. So
I mean,
yeah. Well, listen, boys, you got to come on.
Be nice.
I had Jim on the. You done the video for Crouch Fest. Honestly,
he does the right. He is random. Like, go on, tell him what you've done to me. Well, so it's great, but it's random.
Well, basically, our idea was to play at Crouch Fest. So we interview people, but we go like while we're live, and there's say 10,000 people there. We go right. We're going live to the Samrat, so my Indian restaurant I used to go to in Ealing, and. We get Mr. Islam, who owns the restaurant, to interview Jimmy, but he interviewed Jimmy. I think it was Declan Rice, Joe Cole, James Madison, a few people. We just crossed live to them as if it's live.
Yeah.
And interviewed Jimmy, but none of the real lads knew who the hell this fella was.
No,
he genuinely just owns my local Indian.
So what you
but
went?
He don't peg it up. He goes, well, just sit at that table, and my mate at the local Indian's going to interview you. So I'm just there. He's like asking these random questions in like a sketch, I would say, similar to The Office, like David Brent's.
Okay,
isn't he? But he's good, isn't he?
He's the best.
And he's just fit, and I'm just there. But he is funny, the dude. You know what I mean? You don't get a lot out of him. He's hard work, and you try to crack a. Yeah, he's just straight. He's straight.
He's very straight.
But,
do you know what's good about him? Right, is that I'll be honest with him. I've given him some amazing press over the years. Like, we interviewed Prince William at the Kensington Palace, and he brought in a curry from his restaurant. So he's getting the king, the future king, and he's showing the. His takeaway menu, right? So you couldn't get much better. You couldn't pay him to for press like that. You know what I mean? Like
that is unbelievable. How did you get that?
Right, yeah, so
interviewing the
we've talked about him constantly. Like people go there, like local football teams go there like almost like a pilgrimage. He gets a lot of business. Anyway, still, my mum and dad don't get a free like coffee. Still, not even one.
Is that tight?
That's what I love about him. It's like he's like no. And he wouldn't even, when we did a live event from there, we packed it out. He wouldn't turn off the phone because we said, look, just for the. He said, I got to do the takeaway.
Brilliant. 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 Salt of the earth. No, I need this business.
He said, no, mate. He said, I got takeaways to do.
So when he's chatting to Prince William, is he asking him about what he would go for on the menu or stuff like that? Or
yeah, we asked him. So obviously, we were asking him what his favourite kind of curries was. Best story he told was he plays he still plays football 5-a-side.
Right.
And I was saying, so what's that like? Like when
King don't turn, or the future King don't turn up at goals, surely.
Mate, so I don't know if I'm allowed to say where he plays, but he plays in London. And imagine
Buckingham Palace.
Yes, at Palace, yeah.
Good,
lovely. And I said, so what's it like for the other team when they turn up and you're playing? And I said, you know, he said, I said, do people like go, like, do they go through you or do they stand off you? And he said, no, there's one particular player was going through him every week. It's like every week going through him. He said, I'm not, like, I've got to do something about this. And he said he had this security team, got laser pens. I told you.
Done him in the eyes.
But no, so put laser pens all over it, dotted it, dots all over it. So he said, you go through me again. I said, they're obviously watching.
Good. Did he really? Oh, that's brilliant.
He's got like the red dots on him and he's starting to shit himself.
Oh, that's super. That's brilliant. What a ledge. What's he like? Great lad.
Oh, like brilliant. Obviously, when we went to the tournaments with England, he would always come in the change room with Harry and stuff, and like just really, really nice fella.
Is he quite big?
Yeah. Looks a unit, doesn't he?
Yeah, big fella. Yeah.
Well, everyone looks small to him.
No, he was, and Harry as well. You know, used to come in as well in the dressing room.
Yeah. Wonder what sort of astros he's wearing.
Well, I said to him, do you wear shin pads? You definitely wear shin pads in 5-a-side.
Yeah, but I reckon
he has mid-sock as well.
Yeah.
He's mid-sock.
No, I reckon he's got the ones with ankles and, those shinnies as well.
I think he's not. I think he flies in. I think he's like
right, okay.
I think he's a big centre half.
All them royals do, them murders.
Yeah. Love a bit of 2 foot. I'll half you. I will half you like a deck chair. I'll fold you up like a deck chair. Were you a creature of habit? Did you have a set routine? Did your routine change or talk us through sort of match day? What?
Yeah. What were you like superstition wise?
Not. Do you know what? I didn't have a lot. I always done the same thing though. I'd go in, get a programme, go to the dunny, have a toilet. Yeah. That'd be my faithful. Don't know why I'm telling you that. I'm just trying to give you.
Have a toilet.
Have a toilet. And then I'd get dressed in the same way. Do you know what I mean? I'd put left on, first pad. Yeah. But that I don't know whether that's just just a routine more than anything.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
I used to phone my mum before I went into every ground, especially on away. Well, home and away, but away it's state because you're on the coach. But apart from that, do you have anything big?
Yeah, I used to when it get nearer the thing. I mean, I got a little bit stupid with all the. Like I had to do things the right way, and I ended up having to really kind of try and rein it in.
As in, what do you mean?
Well, I was just getting a bit too like everything had to go the right way, otherwise. And you think something can't always go the right way.
Give me an example.
Well, no, like I'd always. Ever since I was a kid, my dad would always be at my matches, right? So he would be, bearing in mind the stadiums are getting bigger now. Sometimes I can't always find them, you know?
Brilliant.
So, but like, fair play to him.
You know you're doing well when that happens.
Yeah, but fair play to him. He would get in and I would go out before he would be in there when I arrive.
Brilliant.
You know what I mean? So he
lovely.
He
Did he give you the thumbs up?
And give you a little thumbs up.
What a feeling.
Yeah. So then, fair play to him.
Yeah.
And we did that kind of all the way through. So. And because he's so big, I'd always find him. And then I needed to do that a little bit. And then I would get into the change room. Quite often when I shake hands, like we did the handshake at the start of the game, so I would do that. Then I'd always shake hands. I'd run, I'd jump, I'd do a header, and then I'd run to the fans, clap them, and then tie my right bootlace.
like that does anything.
Oh, I've got to find footage of that. I got to, yeah.
But was that
every time?
When did that come in though?
Well, it came in when I remember my right boot. It almost came off when I kicked the ball for the first time, and I thought that I can't let that ever happen again. So it got in my head. But then I think I need to win my first header. So that's where the jump came in. So basically, it's all little things. But I've shook hands.
Yeah.
Then I've run away just to get a bit of energy, like everyone does. Then I've done the jump because I thought I need to win my first header. Then I've clapped the crowd, so I thought I want to acknowledge them.
Yeah.
Then I thought my right boot can't come off.
Is that where it stopped?
So then, that all happened.
Any more add-ons?
No, there was. I had a few before that, like same tune kind of thing, same meal.
What tune?
Well, it would have been Oasis, to be fair. Like I'd always listen to them just on the way in.
Any particular Oasis track?
My favourite would have been. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
With a helicopter.
Oh, brilliant. Yeah.
So
builds up, doesn't it?
The build up.
Long,
so I've got the kids doing it now in the car. So they'll do, the build up's long and then the drums come in, like that. So the kids now, I get them all in the back, and I've got 4 kids, right? They're all one in the front, 3 in the back, and they're all like that, waiting for it to come in, and then they'll all go
really,
all of them together. Oh, it's brilliant.
You got tickets?
Yeah.
Have you?
Yeah. Looking forward to that. O2 on I think it's the Friday.
Yeah.
Have you got tickets?
Wembley Stadium.
Yeah.
Wembley Stadium.
Not yet, no. I mean, I might have. I might have,
It's near the circles you move in.
So TVC, you can't take
circles.
You can't take stuff for granted these days,
He knows
can
the
you?
2 brothers. He's interviewing them. Of course he's got tickets.
No, sorry, Wembley Stadium. I'll be there.
Nice, man. That's amazing how the add-ons though. The run up. What was it? Run up. Crowd.
Yeah, run up, crowd.
Run up, header, crowd. Right foot.
Right bootlace.
Oh, that's fucking brilliant.
Yeah, it's so weird. Yeah, and then I'd kind of like. Also, another thing was I didn't want people to see me in the dressing room strangle my Pumas. Do you know what I mean?
What do you mean?
No, like all the cool kids have got, like, they barely even do their laces up, don't they?
Did you used to go?
So I wanted my right boot strangled a little bit. Do you know what I mean? But I didn't want people to think. Sometimes you can look at a player on his boots and go, he can't play.
Yeah.
Look at his boots. Do you know what I mean? Do you know what I mean?
Class. Yeah,
so
yeah.
I thought,
just had them too
I
tight.
wanted to strangle them a little bit, but I didn't want people to think I wasn't a flair player. That's how it all started.
Did you ever? Have you ever contemplated coaching or management? Is that something that you can see yourself doing definitely. Down the line? Yeah.
I did my coaching badges when I retired.
Yeah.
And I did kind of my B licence, then I did my A licence as well.
Where did you do that?
Did it in Wales.
Right, okay.
And do you know what? Like, Sol Campbell came through there, Arteta, Henry, Guardiola used to give a few talks there. We had Eddie Howe down there. It's a really good course, honestly. It's really good. And coaches, they're brilliant there. And I really enjoyed it, to be honest. Like, but I kind of fell into what I'm doing now, and I quite like being on my own terms. For 20 years you kind of told where to be, what to do, and I think if you're going to do it properly, I feel like you need to kind of earn your stripes. You need to go down, you need to follow someone, you need to kind of understand, because it's a totally different thing, coaching and management especially. Like, I have so much respect for the coaches now, like having been on that course, because you do it and it's like, it's hard to command, like, especially what it's like for footballers as well. Like certainly in the Premier League, the minute a session starts going wrong, everyone's like, he hasn't got a clue.
Oh, right,
he doesn't know what he's doing. If you haven't got your numbers right, if you haven't brought the cones out, or can you imagine what people
little things
just
destroy
destroy
the pitch ain't right. Players that get on you,
You've got to think about. You've got to plan all this stuff. Yeah. As a player, you turn up really, and you're ready to go. You're just thinking about you. But it's a lot that goes into coaching, and I think it's a hard job.
Is there a part of you that as well that thinks you've learned so much, and you've got people see, again, like, it's like you. People see the bully, this is who I am, the bulldog and all that, and they see you, Peter Crouch, great personality, mucking about and having a laugh and all that sort of thing, but underneath, he's got a ridiculous football brain, knowledge, understanding of how the game should be played, and guessing you're probably very similar.
Yeah, I think, like, as much as I think me and Jim were similar characters, like we'd all like a real life and a joke. I actually thought, I don't know what it's like for Jimmy, but quite a lot of that was kind of like a defence mechanism before, like, you know, because the way I dealt with tough kind of high pressure football matches was making light of it, you know, and I think that was a way of me dealing with the pressure situation that I'm in, and that was the way kind of round it. But then obviously lots of people would see me having a laugh and a joke on a podcast and stuff like that, but within a dressing room, like, there's a steel and a determination to succeed that I think probably people don't see, and you have to have that, and if you haven't got that, you're not going to make it as a Premier League player.
Everything you've said today, honestly, a
similarities.
lot of football players, so many similarities that I can relate to you so much, but it's ridiculous. It's like my stepbrothers. It's ridiculous, but amazing for me to listen, because everything you say, I'm nodding, going, "Wow, you see it exactly like."
No, and I think, you know, definitely with regards to being like, I'm serious about football, and I think, you know, genuinely, and like, obviously most people see me as having a laugh and a joke, and the same with Jim, but I'm serious when it comes to the training ground. There's parts to me that no one would have seen. Like, my wife wouldn't have seen it. No. So I'm always, you know, messing about, whatever. She wouldn't have seen how serious I can be on a round of training ground or around a match.
Yeah, absolutely. This is what I'm trying to get at, is like, you don't get to that level. You don't get to do these things. Play at any professional level, you know, let alone, you know, 42 goals for England. It's like, unless you are serious about what you're doing, you know, your profession. Yeah,
exactly right. But like, what I'd like to do, Fenners, honestly, is kind of go into like a grassroots level, you know. I don't know, coaching at league level and stuff, I don't know if I'd be up for that. I'd like to do what I'm doing now. I really enjoy it. And when I get to the stage where I think, you know what, like, it's almost time not to retire, but to kind of step back, which will happen. I'd like to do something like maybe grassroots, kind of just be involved with people that are hungry to learn, that want to do it, you know, like, it's not their profession, they're doing it because they love it, you know, that kind of thing. And I think I'll just resonate, I think, more with people that are doing it for the love of it rather than a job.
So say, you know, you get a role and doing something at grassroots level, and you're in charge of a team. How's that team going to set up? How's it going to play? Because Jim's got very strong opinions about how his team plays, and he's implemented that Leatherhead when he was manager there. So how would your team play?
Listen, I'm all for playing football, right? And this is a little bit of a bugbear of mine of football in general now. Like, I see teams playing out with the back and stuff, and I'm all for it. I'm obviously really into that, but sometimes I think the centre half can't play, and he's pulling out to on the touch line and trying to play football, and I'm like, he's not built for that unless you get the players that can deal with that. You know, and I think it's great. Like, I definitely obviously want to play out and stuff, but I do think at times there's an over reliance on it. How would my team play? Yeah, I'd like to think a mixture. Really, I think for me it's about being able to adapt. You know, and I think everyone goes, "Oh yeah, I've got my beliefs, I'm sticking to them." If they're not working, then why don't you change them?
Do you think we'll see? And this is
so simple, but I don't know. People don't. Yeah. You go, "Oh well, I know these are my beliefs," and you say, "Yeah, but you're losing every week." So like the best managers, Alex Ferguson, he changed, completely changed teams. Sometimes you had Schmeichel, you know, the centre halves going up for big long, and they're winning games. That's all right. It might be against your belief at that time, but you've won the game. Yeah. So that makes you a good manager. Yeah. And I think sometimes it's okay to be able to adapt.
This is a question sort of for both of you, and I don't really know if you can answer it, but I'd be interested to see what you think. Do you think that we are going to see a bit of a sea change in the way that, because nothing lasts forever, so there's going to come a point where people are going to stop playing out from the back as much. Do you see that as a pathway that football might go, or do you see this is the way it's going to be for?
No, but I think there are players or teams that go direct every now and then, and you know, of course, it's great to drag people into positions that they don't want to be in and play around them and kind of get the overloads in certain areas. But there are teams. I watched Bournemouth the other day. You know, they're going long sometimes.
Yeah.
You know, there's teams, Liverpool do it. You know, they drop it into salary. He can play from there. You know, he's so strong to be able to hold the ball up.
City do it as well, don't they? If it's on, like if the pass is on, they play it.
You know, he's quite happy to ping one to Haaland. Let's be honest.
It's a long pass, though, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's a long pass, and it's a play over the press or a play through the press.
Yeah.
To answer that question, it'll take a team to win. And the only reason why everyone's gone to plan, I believe, is because what Pep's done.
Yeah.
Barca dominated football, went to Germany, dominated almost European football there in a German club. Come to Man City, domination. People are thinking, hang on, this is the way at the minute. And I think that is the feeling at the minute. Every team's trying to play. Exactly. We all know that. But it'll take a team to go long ball and win. And you have to win before everyone buys into it.
Yeah.
Because it's not going to... Otherwise, people ain't going to buy into it. And they're going to carry on getting absolutely dealt with by possession-based football. And I think people had enough of playing against City going, we don't get the fucking touch of the ball here. Yeah. We've got to learn that way. Do you get what I mean? And then it's dropped down to the leagues as well. Yeah. But it'll take a real strong team to win, you know? Like, I've always said there's more than one way to play football, right? But I'm waiting for the next move. What would you call it? It's like...
trend.
The next trend.
Yeah.
And it'll be pure... I would love to see a long ball. I would.
But I think it's a mixture of both, isn't it? I don't know if a long ball team like Wimbledon from the 80s.
I don't think so, but I would love to see it. I would love to see a domination, like a team of animals.
Yeah, I played in a Stoke team, which was
yeah, I was going to get there, but I didn't want to be rude.
Oh my God, it was horrible. We had 4 centre halves in the back 4, like kicking lumps out of people. Hoof and Shawcross.
Was you there with Delat, long throw?
Rory, yeah. I was playing. It was brilliant.
Did you love that way?
I loved it. Honestly, I genuinely loved it.
Brilliant,
because I just looked at people and thought, like, it just made me laugh because they just you watch them come into the Britannia it was then, and they'd just shrink. They'd be like, I just don't want to be here. And you'd watch them, and I'd go, we've got them. Yeah. This is brilliant. And then we'd start throwing a few long balls in, and they'd be all over. I'd be like, and you could see them just not wanting to be there. And we think we've got these, and it was just obviously it wasn't the prettiest, but it was who we were, and we were successful at it. Yeah. And then when we adapted. When Mark Hughes came, we had Marko Arnautovic, Bojan, Afellay. We had good players.
Yeah, absolutely.
And you know, we ended up it was a mixture of both. And what killed it at Stoke was we had a nucleus. I think I'm going to say like Robert Hoof, Shawcross, Andy Wilkinson, John Walters, myself, Glenn Whelan. I don't want to leave Matthew Hetherington. Kind of a nucleus of like old school Stoke players with the new kind of Arnautovic, Bojans. Making us better, and it was a real good blend. Yeah. But then when you lost the old school,
was Ricardo Fuller there with you?
Yeah, Ricardo Fuller.
He was a joke
Animal as well.
Like, oh my God!
But you know what? We lost 1 or 2 each season.
Yeah.
And then it went too far the other way. Yeah. And it just collapsed.
Well, Walters, is he Nows? I've heard he's
brilliant. Honestly, he's a footballer. You know when you. Like probably underrated by a lot of like.
He's director of football.
Yeah.
Where was he at?
Yeah,
at Stoke.
Yeah.
He's director of football at Stoke.
Is he?
Yeah. But he was because I played up on my own. Myself, maybe Kenwyn Jones, and he would play up front with me. But he was a midfielder when we didn't have it, and he was a striker, and he was that fit. He'd just be up and down all day. He'd run all day. He'd crunch people. He'd win headers. I mean, he honestly, genuinely, as a teammate, you just loved having him around.
Just as a football player, you know, you hear through change rooms and players that have been around clubs. They used to go, "Don't wind him up." No, he was one you didn't want to wind up. He'd absolutely take your head off.
I'm sure you were going to go there, did you?
I didn't. I shouldn't have said on that one. No, he was one. That's what I'm saying. There weren't a lot of them, but there were one. The boys had told me, "Go, not him." Not him. But he was one.
That's happened to me at Fulham. John Pansill. Was he a loon?
Oh, psychopath.
Yeah, that's what I knew that.
He'd kill you, yeah.
I knew that, because I remember he went through me. He turned on me big time, yeah. And I went,
what did he do?
And then I'm trying to remember, I think I might, it's Simon Davis or trying to think who I spoke to. I knew someone in the Fulham side, and I said, I saw it in his eyes, and I went, like, is he all right? And he went, no, he's not well. He's not well. Yeah, so then I thought, oh my God, he said to me, I'm going to break your legs. Yeah. And I was like, but I knew he meant it.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, there's a couple of them.
You know, like some people say break your legs, shut up, you know.
Yeah.
Oh, he said it and I went, oh no.
I feel
like he wants to do that.
Does that? I know you're a professional.
A little bit.
But does it not put you off? Does it really not put you off your game? That.
Well, there was one particular player I remember. He knew he played in Germany. He was at Stoke, and we were in the relegation zone, right? Anyway, you know when you go down the line and you're doing throw-ins and you know I flick one and you hold it up and we'll play from there.
Work the line.
Old school. We're working the line in the Premier League.
Absolute Sunday league.
Awful shit. We're not doing that, FC Bullard. Let me tell you.
Mate, Tim, we were working the line in the Premier League. Can you believe this, right? Anyway, I've gone to this particular player. I can't name him because it's terrible what he's doing.
Absolutely.
So I'm going anyway. I'm going you go there, whatever. He goes, I can't. I said, why? He said, I know the fullback from Germany. He's crazy. I went, what? Really? I said, we're in the relegation zone and you won't go near this player because he's...
Brilliant, isn't it?
I was like, oh my God, I can't believe it. I said, we're getting relegated.
So you had to go there and you got one in the back of the net.
I said, you can't not go near someone because you might be afraid of what they might do.
I had the similar thing. I'm like, right. So I used to take the free kicks. I'll tell you it was. Dawson, left back. And I don't know why, I was about 20, 21 yards out. So I'm only 2 or 3 yards from the line. And I'm thinking, I can't get it up and down. So I said to him, we're in relegation battle, right? Chips are down, do you know what I mean? It's horrible. Fans are booing, they're on you, do you know what I mean? And I'm like, roll it back to me. I'm going to flick it up, volley it. He's like, I ain't doing that. I said, you've only got to fucking roll it back. I'm doing the flick and the trick. He went, no, I can't do that, Ash. You shit yourself and let someone else do it. I'm like, you got some neck.
Well, in case he got roped, it didn't work and he got roped in.
What are you doing, rolling it back? Fucking Roy the Rovers here. I flipped up, booing it, rose in.
Shit, roll back. I do my bit. I'm terrible roll back. Gaffer, don't get him on rollbacks.
Honestly.
Is that true?
Like,
did he not do it?
No, he didn't do it. He just walked up. Ashby done it when you do it, Ash. You absolute tip bag.
Oh my God.
Blinding, isn't it? You get them scenarios. Funny.
That
really
is good.
Funny.
What was your pre-match?
What was my pre-match meal?
Yeah.
Do you know what done me? I obviously the kickoffs changed. Started changing, but I used to like a little bit of cereal, like bog standard first, and then I'll go in and have whatever, eggs or chicken or some pasta or something. But I changed when I saw Gareth Bale. I saw him. He's ridiculous, like up and down, like non-stop, all game. I thought, what's he? Let me do what he's doing. And he's just had beans on toast.
Did he?
I thought, what's in these beans? He was so quick and fit, and he very rarely went in the gym.
Yeah.
And he had beans on toast, so I started on the beans on toast.
Did it help?
I wasn't as quick as him, but I was definitely felt good.
You still in touch with him? You still pals with him?
Yeah, I see him every now and then. Yeah, not so much, but yeah, we had the same agent all through our careers and stuff, and used to see my mum and dad used to share a box with his mum and dad at Tottenham when we used to play together and stuff. So yeah, really good lad, and I'm pleased what he's gone on to achieve. Amazing what he's done.
Yeah, unbelievable. What golfer as well, bro.
Yeah, amazing golfer.
How's your golf? I don't want to turn it into golf because it's like,
I'm not good, but I love it.
Yeah,
and I'm keen and shit, you know.
Takes a long time, doesn't it? Longer than you think. It's golf, isn't it?
Oh yeah. I tell my missus it's 6 hours. Regularly, yeah. Yeah, but she says, what kind of sport is this? I leave at 7 in the morning and come home at like 10 p.m. What kind of sport is this?
Is it right that Abby's got a bit of a soft spot for England manager Thomas Tuchel?
Yeah.
Is this right, yeah?
Yeah, she has a little bit, yeah.
Yeah.
Good looking man. Well, I don't know. She said he's really good looking. I was like, pardon? Obviously, I didn't see it at first, but if you look deeper... I think he is all right, actually, yeah. And she's got niche taste, as I said. She's thank God.
So
brilliant.
It brings us on. So we were chatting today about Thomas Tuchel, and it was. This is completely organic, by the way. We didn't go, let's get on this. So I started singing Thomas Tuchel, like to the tune of a song, and then I'm going to I'm going to claim responsibility for it because you don't really want anything to do with it, do you? But
are you distancing yourself, Jim?
Yeah, he is until it absolutely goes massive, and then it'll be all over it.
Okay.
But so
that's how music works. You've got to listen to it a couple of times.
Do you know Super Trooper by ABBA?
Yeah.
Super Trooper. Yeah. So you can see where this is going, can't you?
Super Tuchel.
Yeah. So this is.
I can't believe he shan it to crash.
Just have a little listen to this bit, see what you think.
That's so embarrassing.
Tonight the Super Tuchel lines are gonna find me shining like the sun, scoring goals for fun. England are number one. Tonight the Super Tuchel lights are gonna blind me, but I won't feel blue. Super Tuchel, 'cause we'll score more than Super Tuchel, 'cause we've got Super Tommy too. Come on! Hey, what are you saying?
It's good. That could catch on, couldn't it?
Yeah.
What are you hoping for that to go?
I'm hoping no one ever hears it, if I'm honest with you. After hearing that.
It's got a little bit of, it's catchy, isn't it?
Yeah.
What about your end bit?
That's the best bit, yeah. So, who's your best friend in football?
It's a tough one, that. I've had, Sean Derry was a good pal of mine.
Yeah.
He really looked after me when I was at Portsmouth and really kept in touch with him. Quite a bit. Gareth Barry, Lee Hendry, I was really tight with.
Was you?
When I was at Villa, because I was on my own up there, and they really looked after me. I know Gareth's from South Coast, but he was a Brummie basically because he'd been up there, at Villa. So he introduced me to his mates and Henders his mates, and I ended up sometimes going out with his mates. Sometimes he wouldn't come because I was on my own. They really looked after me when I was kind of at Villa.
Nice when that happened.
Yeah, and so I ended up being really good pals. We had some good times together, Trying to think, obviously, when I was at Liverpool, like Steve Finnan was a good pal of mine. Stevie G, Glenn Johnson's really good pal. Steve Sidwell as well. I speak to still now. And
do you have roomies, Crouchy? Do you have roomies, or was it always singles when you played?
Yeah, I remember my first roommate. I was at QPR. That bit of a mad one, and then obviously Liverpool.
Hang on. Hang on a minute. Absolute step over.
No, you don't have to say, but why did you skip over that? That's a bit mad, but at Liverpool.
No, because I'd just come out of the youth team, right? Go to QPR, and they said, "I'll put you in this lad." And I was like, all right. And oh my God, it was carnage. And he was never in, do you know what I mean? And then I had to cover for him and stuff. And I'm thinking, fucking hell. Yeah, and people are asking, like, where is he? I don't know.
I
can't be like, well, hold on, he's in your room, so how do you not know where he is? But then I don't know, if I say, I was like young kid going, I don't know what to do here.
Then you find yourself in them predicaments. You're like, I don't need this, you know?
Yeah.
It's great room. I used to love it. I used to love rooming with someone.
It was great. And you find out so much about them, don't you?
Yeah, I did.
Imagine, could you room with Jim?
Jim,
mate,
yeah.
Just weird, man.
You couldn't.
That might be full hammer. I'm not rooming with you.
Me and Bentley was brilliant.
I can't even imagine that one.
Before we go that, you was in the England squad with me. Do you remember?
Yeah.
You and Bridgie.
Yeah.
You said, an hour away laughing. I think I told the story, and I never had a cat. And him and Bridgie, out of order, right? They went, "Come warm up in front of him."
Oh, was it you?
I'm warming up in front of Fabio Capello.
Was that you?
Sent me on one. And I'm looking back, and them two are like, and I'm like in front of him going.
I remember
for about
that.
15 minutes. Got back. That didn't fucking work, did it? Them two had me up. It was brilliant. But yeah, they were good times.
Warming up in front of him for ages. It was unbelievable scenes.
These two horrible bastards.
Amazing.
But yeah,
good times. But yeah, roommates. I think and that's good. Rafa was funny because at Liverpool he would put you in positionally, like as if you're gonna kind of talk about.
Oh, got you. So he put you in your striker.
Yeah,
okay.
So that's a strange one. I remember, rooming with Torres or Morientes or Voronin. I remember.
Even if you didn't talk, because you have closer mates, you'd rather room with your closer mates.
It's a bit awkward.
It's weird as well, though, isn't it? Like, think about it now, like, surely your players have their own rooms now.
Oh, yeah, everyone's at their own room now. But like,
I used to knock on their door. I used to hate being on me.
Yeah.
Used to hate being on me. I roomed with him once. Remember David Thompson? Liverpool?
Yeah.
He was a mad one. So I'd come in, have a bit of dinner. I'd come in the room. I'd go, come on, Dave. I'm not sure if I used to room with him. I used to just knock and go in his room. Probably that. And he used to have like he was big on his financials, right?
Was he?
He used to have Financial Times all over the bed. And I'd be like, what are you doing? Oh, I've got to look after your dollar, boy.
On the NASDAQ.
No, mate, honestly, it was all over his bed. And he was bang on his numbers and like money. And I was like, I just used to be intrigued.
Wow.
I used to say, what are you into? Then he said, I'm into this. Like, I never see a footballer do that. And that was a mad little turnout. I used to go in every Friday and have my little chinwag with him.
I quite like that though, you know, like when someone's completely different. Like
left field. That's what I mean.
Really, like, what are you doing? You know, everyone's so different in football. It's nice, kind of eye-opening, isn't it, to like see what they're up to.
Oh, you want to come and out with? And then I'll go next door. And me, Bainesy, Alan Martin, Lee McCullough do doubles, WWF wrestling, put the beds together. So next
wardrobe.
door doing a Financial Times and me and him doing suplexes on the bed. Ridiculous.
I had a dream last night, but Leighton Baines was in it. Don't know why. No idea why Leighton Baines. Yeah. I swear.
When did you play with Bainesy?
England. Yeah, but
why did you have a dream?
I don't know. He was just in a lift with Leon Osman, and honestly, in a lift. And I swear, I don't know. I'm trying to think now. I don't know what. Sorry, wasn't planning on telling this story.
No, it's really good. That's what we're about.
Yeah, honestly, yeah. I was in the lift, and I had no idea. And then we got out the lift. I didn't see him again. And there's Leighton Baines there.
Leo, see, you've watched Match of the Day too, haven't you?
That's what it was?
Because Leon Osman was a guest, wasn't he?
That is
and
it.
And Bainesy was in the dugout.
Oh my God, that is it.
And Bainesy's in the dugout.
Bainesy's in the dugout, wasn't he?
Yeah.
That's it. And my subconscious that's exactly.
That's unbelievable.
Yeah, he was.
What a great pod.
You used to see him about because he used to like Miles Kane. Miles Kane, we used to go and see. He was mates with Miles Kane, didn't he?
That's right. Yeah, really close.
And we used to go and see him. I see him at a few of the gigs.
Yeah. How good is Miles Kane, by the way?
Yeah, brilliant.
Yeah. Mustard, isn't it?
Class.
What's on your stereo at the moment? On your stereo? How old am I?
What's on your Sony Walkman at the moment, Peter?
Well, I'm still into the same.
Absolutely, he's like, shut up, you agony. Go on. He is like, you know, it's like one of them, innit? It is. Oh, God. No. Yeah, you know, don't you?
Stereo?
No. Go on. Yeah, what are you listening to on your? If I got in your, I'm going to gamble here. I'm going to go. If I got into your Range Rover, what's the Vogue? I'm going for a Vogue.
Yeah, you're not far off. Yeah.
And I put on your stereo. What would
no, like obviously, like Ab calls it dad rock. It's similar vibe to what I think you would listen to, really.
Yeah.
Like, you know,
dad rock.
Yeah. It's a bit like it's a bit old school kind of bandy music. Yeah, that's what I like to listen to when I'm on my own. But I like Sam Fender's new album, to be fair. Like I like his tunes as well. Like I'm into him. But all the old stuff for me, the Britpop era, I can't move away from it. The 90s kind of bandy kind of music, that's what I like to listen to. But I'm still into. I know I'm up to date with all the kids. Make me listen to all the new stuff. So
how old are your kids?
So I've got a 5-year-old, a 7-year-old, 9-year-old, and a 13-year-old.
Okay.
So she knows her stuff.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to get tickets for Sabrina Carpenter at the minute.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's mad. I like changes.
I didn't get tickets for Taylor Swift, and
did you not?
The kids haven't.
Oh no, the kids went. The kids went
but
to that one.
I did take all my girls to go see SZA.
Oh yeah.
And that's she's a big deal, mate.
Yeah.
Oh really? Is that an artist? SZA?
SZA, yeah.
Oh right.
Yeah.
You're bad. You're a bad person.
Look, the main reason why he's here.
Yeah.
The role.
Yeah,
Fred
the role.
Bullard. Let's get on to the role.
What would you like me to do?
Well, I think. What would you?
Well, you know when people get on each other's shoulders and do the nets. with me, you don't need that.
Yeah.
That's a 2-man job. I can make that a 1-man job.
You want double bubble for that, though? Yeah.
I love that.
I can make that a 1-man job for you.
I love how you put yourself out there for that, but we will have someone to do that.
Yeah.
Okay.
I just want to use you more wisely.
Okay.
So drive it on the train while I was getting spat on. I was thinking, what could Crouchy do? And then I know we've had the chat about you playing still, and I know we see it quite similar. you've had your time plan. Do you get what I mean? Even though you could be there for that little run out, if we have a game in the summer, do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
if you're not doing nothing, and
I'd start him just so he could do his little handshake, jump header, do his boot up.
Pre-rituals manager.
Got off his circulation and his right
make
foot.
him
Your
feel
foot's got a bit blue,
comfortable.
Peter.
No matter what I'm doing, no matter what role I'm doing, just allow me to do that before the game.
Yeah.
But on a serious note, I thought, would you be there? Because we are going to have a fantastic team. We are going to have a great striker soon, right? Whoever that is, whether that's yourself or someone else. Would you be there that we could be on a end of a phone or 5 minutes for our strikers? Could you be like a striker coach, mentor, tips of the trade, dark arts? Would you do that for us?
I'd absolutely love to do that, yeah.
Do you know what I mean? It's easy for you then, do you know what I mean?
100%. I'd absolutely love to do that role, yeah.
Okay.
I feel like I can help certain players, definitely. I think, the game's probably has definitely evolved, but there's still things that I used to do, I think, that could help.
So let's do a little role play, right? I'm a striker, okay? And I'm having problems scoring goals, finishing. When I get into the box, they talk about your blood turns to ice. So my blood turns to lava in the box.
Lava.
and I panic. Can you give me any tips? Anything I could do to help me, maybe with a bit of mental preparation, or just some way to, because I can finish, but I fall to pieces. Yeah,
you fall to pieces.
Yeah.
No, I think the biggest way of dealing with this for me is muscle memory. Is consistently getting in positions in training that you're going to be in. When you find whatever chances you're missing, put yourself in that scenario 100 times. And then on a Saturday, it feels like it's second nature. You'll be more relaxed. I think I know the environment's different. There might be the crowd there and stuff like that. But you back yourself to have to touch and have to finish. Or if it's a header, if you're missing headers, the timing. You do it that many times, it just becomes second nature. And then I think you'll start to relax more in the box.
Thank you.
It's well answered.
It's good. Repetition.
No, wicked.
Yeah.
Well, shall we round it up?
Yeah, sure. Have a little chat.
Yeah, let's have a little chat. Look,
he's gonna bring a lot. He's bringing a lot. Good crack. Good crack as well. Didn't like the bell end comment there.
What is this?
we're just seeing whether you got the job.
Sorry.
I thought that was aimed at me. I thought it was a bit aimed at me.
Did you thought it was aimed at you? No, he ain't like that. He'd tell you.
Oh, okay. All right then. Peter, sorry to keep you waiting. So we've had a chat, the El Presidente, the director of football, and I'm going to let the El Presidente give
Crouchy,
pass
you're
on
in.
the good news. You're in.
Do you know what I mean? You're in, mate.
Thank you so much.
It's a great addition.
No, I really appreciate it. Cheers,
You've been
guys.
class. I've absolutely loved it. I know we went on a bit, but do you know what? It's just like, I love that chat. I absolutely loved it. Thank you so much,
absolute pleasure. Thanks for having me, guys.
It was almost a little bit of therapy for me.
Yeah, and if you find down the line that Starkey and Sidders aren't really doing it for you, then there'll always be a place here for you.
Appreciate that.